We've been seeing a lot of non-compliance issues lately, especially with data integrity and documentation.
Yes, and we've also noticed some discrepancies in the way different sites maintain source documents.
And let's not forget about the new regulatory requirements that are coming into play. It's going to be a big adjustment for everyone.
How about we watch a movie based on a real story? It's about an FDA warning letter.
Hello, my name is Mr. Fisher and I am FDA investigator.
I'm Dr. David, the principal investigator of the study.
And I am Mrs. Smith, the nurse of the study.
Sarah, I want you to stay positive and confident during this inspection. We've done everything by the book, and I'm confident that our site is top-notch. There won't be any findings, I assure you.
I understand, Dr. David. We've worked hard to ensure compliance and follow all the necessary procedures. Our documentation is meticulous, and the team has been exceptional. I believe we've done an excellent job.
Dear Dr. David, the FDA has conducted an inspection of your site and found several serious deviations from the applicable statutory requirements. As the FDA investigator, I have to give you the Form FDA 483, Inspectional Observations. Dr. David, you failed to ensure that the investigation was conducted according to the protocol and the investigational plan. During each of your patients' visits, you were to check their hemoglobin level. Do you remember that?
The protocol requires that hemoglobin levels are measured at each study visit and repeated if higher or equal to 12 grams per deciliter. If confirmed, the treatment dose should be temporarily held and rechecked at a follow-up visit 4 weeks later. If hemoglobin levels are lower than 11.5 grams per deciliter and at least 2 weeks have passed since the previous visit, the treatment can be restarted at one dose step lower.
Yes, I remember, and I did it accordingly for sure.
I am sorry, but you failed to adhere to these requirements.
The subject 001 in STAR drug study had hemoglobin more than 12 grams per deciliter, but the treatment was not temporarily held despite the protocol requirement. On visit 5, hemoglobin was 12.7 grams per deciliter, confirmed to be more than 12 grams, and the STAR drug was held. However, on visit 6, the STAR drug was administered instead of reducing or holding the dose as required by the protocol. This non-compliance with the hemoglobin monitoring protocol puts subject safety and study validity at risk. Compliance with the protocol is crucial for ensuring accurate study results and patient safety.
Oh my
Furthermore,
God.
on visit 6, hemoglobin was lower than 11.5 grams per deciliter, 10.9 grams per deciliter. However, the STAR drug was not administered as required by the protocol. Subsequently, on visit 7, the STAR drug was not administered to the patient properly as well.
As you can see on visit 6, the hemoglobin level of the patient was 10.9 gram per deciliter, which is lower than the protocol threshold of 11.5 gram per deciliter. The STAR drug was withheld by the investigator even though it had been 2 weeks since the previous study visit. On visit 7, STAR drug was administered without reducing the dose by one step as required by the protocol.
This is the study nurse's failure. She told me periodically, we're supposed to have a dose and we don't have a dose, and I texted the study coordinator. And ordered replacement kits to resupply the inventory.
I did not think we had to use the IRT system. Nobody explained that to me.
I did not know you did not use the IRT. I thought Monitor explained it to you.
Now I can officially conclude that your failure to administer doses, make protocol-required dose adjustments, and to perform IRT transactions to appropriately generate randomized treatment doses as required by the protocol jeopardizes subject safety and welfare and raises significant concerns about the validity and integrity of the data collected at your site. As the clinical investigator, you are responsible for ensuring compliance with the protocol-required IRT transaction and dosing requirements. This highlights the failure of the clinical investigator to adhere to the protocol, which raises concerns about subject safety and the validity of the data collected at the site. The investigator's failure to administer doses, make required adjustments, and perform IRT transactions as per the protocol puts subject welfare at risk. The investigator is responsible for ensuring compliance with protocol requirements, including IRT transactions and dosing. Join us for a free webinar on June 23, 2023, where experienced GCP auditors will share valuable insights on the current clinical trial landscape. The webinar will cover common audit and inspection findings related to clinical trials across different regions and regulatory agencies, as well as recent case studies and the corrective actions taken. Attendees will engage in open discussions and Q&A sessions with panelists from Europe, the USA, and Africa, gaining valuable lessons learned and best practices for avoiding similar findings in the future. Don't miss this opportunity to stay up to date.